Okay, so welcome to a special episode of Gloved. It's game day, it's Vinny Kompany's testimonial, good friend of mine, one of the best players that I've ever played with, doing fantastic things, marking obviously a great 10 years at Manchester City. The lunatics decided he wants to clean up Manchester, so he's set up a charity, Tackle for Manchester, and when that guy puts his mind to something, it pretty much is going to happen, so brilliant from him. The bonus of that means I'm going to get to spend the evening back at the Etihad, playing with some guys that I've shared some special memories with, been through some huge journeys with, and I can't wait, if I'm honest. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a big smile on my face. First time I met Vinny, the club was going through, real transition stage. I think Mark Hughes brought him in. The new owners had come in, Watcher had come out under the Sven era. The new owners, Khaldun was in charge. And we were making signings, and the club was trying to move places. If I'm honest, my football knowledge outside the Premier League wasn't great at the time. I was assured that he was a very good holding midfielder from Hamburg. We'd played against him previously. Came in with an awful lot of confidence, awful lot of swagger, but at the same time, very, very organised, very humble guy. Yeah, he gave a good impression, a very professional impression, and with his, obviously he's from Belgium, but his German standards, he looked at us as a bunch of shambles. So. Funniest moments to remember about Vinny are probably quite serious ones. Like I say, he's very organised, very calm, but when you're the leader of a team, ultimately full of a lot of egos and a lot of exciting people and people who want what everyone else has got, usually ends in a rumble. So seeing him lose that big massive head a few times was quite scary, but it was an awful lot of fun. And just his general calming down from coming over as a very organised, everything has to be done one way, and realising that we do things differently over here and just totally embracing it. I've always been and admired from the moment that he's always wanted to be a leader, even when he first arrived, and like I say, people didn't necessarily know who he was. You don't just turn up for a couple of mil at Man City where people aren't too sure in the Premier League who you are, and have the kind of aura that he brought. And then he earned it. He obviously earned everyone's respect with how he played, and he's just general self-sacrifice, organisation, and warrior spirit. Good things inspired him, bad things angered him. That's what I think is very special in Vinny. Having Vinny on the pitch made things easier. He always liked to work with his centre-half partner. Usually he played on the right, so he liked to work with the right back. He also liked to work with myself. He kind of would obviously do things sometimes quite maverick. But he had some great relationships over the years with his centre-halves. Julian Lescott, I know he speaks about it highly. He kept it simple. He wasn't too good to be told what to do or helped out. And he was just obviously very talented. We had a captain's group under Pellegrini. That was one thing he brought in. He understood there was, at the time, going to be a lot of rotation in the team. No one was really nailed on, not due to form or quality, it was just how it worked with the competitions we were in. And he liked to get opinions from all sides, so there was myself, Kolarov, Vinny and Yaya, all trying to get our heads in the right space, coming up with decisions about days off, who needed help, who needed putting their arm around. Very diplomatic. I thought we worked really well as a group. Obviously we listened to what Vinny had to say, but we all had our own opinions. I think it was important that people had opinions, and the manager and Vincent himself and the other guys all respected that, and we'd like to think we got the job done. And sometimes when there were tough decisions, it was good that we could all share the blame, because that's one thing. It's great to be a captain, but when you're the main man, it's tough because you're always going to anger someone, and the boys let you know. Okay, so here's one thing that Vinny made very clear to me in working in back fours. Good advice for young goalkeepers. Creating a good relationship with your back four, not only personally on the pitch, get to know people, because you need to know who's going into battle with you. You need to know how you can influence these guys, how you can help them, because ultimately you're a team inside a team. So knowing people's strengths, knowing people's weaknesses, discussing how they want to receive the ball, whether certain moments they do or they don't. I made it very clear with my guys that if they ever heard me saying something aggressively or loudly, it wasn't negative. It would be down to me just trying to get my point across to help the team. Once you can clear that up, it saves a lot of bother, because some guys react badly to being shouted at. But I was just making it clear that I was never, I'm no one's dad. I'm not telling anyone what to do for my benefits, for the good of the team, and I'd receive the same back. So there are a few things that I picked up from the big man.